Part of me can't wait till 22 because there's a chance that my weapons might be able to get in.
I'm excited for that, based on all the videos and such posted of them.
I'm currently just finishing. I'm finishing up development for.
Oh yeah, yeah, I know it is. Ouch.
Yeah. Oh.
Hello there.
Hello.
Hey.
Oh, okay, man. How's it going?
I just thought I'd drop in real quick and see how everyone's doing in here. You ready for the Afterparty?
Absolutely.
It's really interesting when I'm watching you on the stream, like 10 seconds behind where you are now.
That first round was nerve-wracking as hell.
I believe that.
Also, Zark, it's Linkson.
Cheers, ouch. Much appreciated,
Links,
mate.
is that how I say?
Yeah, he went apeshit every time.
I absolutely butcher some of the names today. Like the first, especially the showcase, it was like me learning how to pronounce things.
Yeah, at least you don't have MCE. You got to do them next week.
Oh god.
I tried.
We all know what Max is like with his names.
Yeah.
I on the Beelzebub, I put on some Latin language on there that Wiseman helped me engrave, and I was so eager to try and get you to pronounce them.
I know. I'm sorry I missed it. I definitely didn't go over all the details on all the ships, so I apologize about that.
Oh, no problem.
Wait, hold on. Hold on, Miss Squishy. You're good, but wait, you made it through, right?
Yeah, I made it through.
Exactly. So I'll see it again. I'll see it next time.
You seem to like me and Linkson ship.
Your ships are great. I really like your ships. It was definitely when it came to the kind of the best in style. It was. I thought your guys' ships would possibly.
Originally, I had actually a different ship. It looked similar, but it was like it was slightly slimmer and had it didn't have a Mac. It had more railguns, but I ditched it because its side armor was terrible, and we did like a test battle, and I lost immediately.
Oh man!
Because I just took a single Mac shot that is dead.
Well, we all continue to learn with the ships we build. I'm sure.
Yeah,
let me just. I'm just going to finish the stream up, and I'll refer everyone over to Big Old Bear, and I'll just stick about for a couple minutes here.
All
but let me just wrap up. Back a second, guys.
Wait, important question. How is your day? Oh, dang it.
You asked too soon, boy. Alright.
How long do you think Big Old Bear notices?
Yeah, I've noticed. How you doing, Squishy? I actually thought you were Grot for a minute. He said, yeah, I'll come through as well. Hey, Mr. Calzone.
Stream, that's what I say.
Hello.
Help section.
How many people can we fit in this one chat box? Let's find out.
Nope, that's not Steam Workshop. Steam, Big Old Bear.
Grot, join hosts, mate. So that I'm vaguely clear about what the hell's going on.
Oh, okay.
Now we look straight to you.
Well, in the meantime, how's everyone's day been?
Pretty good.
Wonderful.
That was a interesting.
How do I join from Steam? Because I'm slightly stupid.
Okay,
right,
so thank you for the
server
red
still
Zark.
going?
I'm right here. That's good. No problem.
Who's in my seat?
Mr. Zoc, how has your day been?
It's been all right. I mean, I was starting to fade away because as soon as you have issues like that, you start to like fade away slowly. It's like I definitely lost some energy. I lost momentum because going into the showcase, I was feeling like super energetic, and I was like, yeah. And the first round, I was like, yeah. And then I don't know. We got to as soon as we started having problems, I started to like lose momentum. We all do, we lose momentums as viewers, as like. And everything. Everyone loses momentum, so it was frustrating. But it was like it is what it is. I think it's all good now for the next.
Yeah, so
tomorrow.
we know the specific person who was causing the crashes.
Oh.
PMW user, may I ask?
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We think it was the PMWs interfacing with rel speed weirdly.
Some obscure workaround you could do to get better top speed or whatever, and the top speed modder tried to patch it, and that apparently caused issues. So I guess you could just like roll that back.
Sayori, what are you doing?
I'm doing crazy.
Trying to get into a comfortable position in bed because they're very tired.
Finishing the last
eating
bit
the
of
microphone.
cereal by the sounds of it.
Sayori. I still feel very bad for doubting Sayori, you know.
Oh, right.
Honest
No,
to God,
I'm the host now, so how you going? Everyone like to take a seat.
So who were that 7 million?
Did I?
I had to mute my microphone because I was on voice call with Lynx because I started fucking cheering.
He's excited, is he?
But yeah, basically, Sork, you did kind of pick up some momentum there by the end again. So
Yeah, no, it got there in the end. It was just I just didn't expect it. I just like, you know, we had all the skirmishes and all the tests and everything had been going fine. So when we had this issue, it was like it was a big surprise. Like I expected some issues, but I don't know. It was just it really threw me off.
yeah, I was about to
There's
say those
170k versus 170k not a few days ago without any issues, and we were like, it's all good to go.
Mm-hmm.
We got some clips of that.
How do I
to
join through
that
Steam? Because I'm slightly low.
170k fight.
Stand by. I'm gonna get my Steam ID out there for everyone to join on.
Yep,
Okay.
I dropped a link. There's a link to my Steam in the About section. And there's also, I dropped a link to my Steam profile in the voice chat text version on Zoc's Discord. Click on that,
I
and
assume I just
then
open it.
you should be able to join through that. You might need to add me as a friend. I might need to accept it, but this world set as public, so you should be okay.
Exactly. Don't worry. Next week you'll have the Hot Boys to deal with.
Oh God.
Oh
God.
The teams quit.
Oh my goodness.
No, we got decent ships this time. We hope.
Accepting all the people.
It's good to see the return of
I had to take a break from the test tournaments. I was getting burnt out. But watching them still been a great thing. And
I wasn't going to hire lap dancers, but for the after party. But hey, you know, if people want to do it.
I'm yours all night for $2.50. I need the attention.
We need the securities.
I can't wait till I finish AWE because I kind of want to see some of it in the tournament because that'd be insane.
And big shout out
Damn,
to
so many people in here.
To the biggest grot, Mr. Calzone.
There's a Steam ID in Tournament General if anyone is having trouble joining.
Because me and Lynx did a test battle this morning, and oh my god, it was ridiculous.
What happened in it?
I'll post it in Space Engineers. Basically, what we did was Lynx has his weapon mod and I have mine. He ran only his weapons and I ran only mine, roughly balancing to like what we'd expect the battle score to be on Starcore. And the result was ridiculous.
What happened?
I have 21 guns in my pack, whereas Lynx only has 10, so I had a lot more variety in like anti-shield weapons. And I'm not exactly renowned for my balance, and neither is Lynx. So the second his shield dropped, his hull just melted. Because I refuse to nerf the Reaper because I've called it a super weapon and I've told people not to use it, but they still do anyway.
Yep.
I'm sure people want that in survival.
Don't underestimate my power.
Put the Reaper gun in survival. Make it cost just
I've
billions.
been spending an absurd amount of time putting your weapons onto various ships, so I'm ready.
Also, Lynx has added new weapons to his pack. If I don't know if they're shown in the survival yet, he's got like a big laser gun now, and the Thor now has like guided shells for one of them.
Yeah.
Oh yes.
And it hits like an absolute train.
All right, fam. Honestly, I really want to stick about for one of these. I've always had to dash off, but I will definitely stick about for one of these after parties and join you guys on the on Big Old Bear stream.
Definitely,
but I wish you all.
I'd love to interview you as the streamer sometime. You know, as the host.
That would be good.
That would be cool.
That would be good. It would take the pressure off. It would take the pressure off me a bit.
We must expand Starcore where we have not 64 teams, but over
exactly.
300.
Talk about the joy of trying to track drones.
Well, there's a good chance that will be, you know, making a separate Discord for Starcore. We've already we've actually already made it. Honestly, we're just like setting up and stuff, and like figuring out when we'll like move over to it. Just because then we can, because then it's easier to expand the team. Because the thing is, like, I have obviously some moderators now and a team, but it's mainly for like my own community, and not everyone in the community is interested in Starcore, and not everyone in Starcore is interested in like the other stuff I'm doing, which is fair enough. So it's obviously for Star Wars. It was like it's always a big effort to set up a new Discord and keep it somewhat civil, but I think it's kind of growing big enough now where it can do that. So we'll probably do that at some point.
Yep, no worries, mate. Just PM me the link when you do, and I'll stick it in my stuff as well.
Definitely, yeah. Well, we can have more roles over there. We can have like team captain roles. Who knows?
Starcore will get fun when we get the ability to have weapon core drones, because that'll be chaos. Because the first thing I make when that update drops is making a big ass drone carrier module.
But have a fantastic night, guys. All right, and I definitely hope you have fun, and we'll see you all tomorrow.
Thank you.
I'll see you tomorrow.
Yeah, mate. Thanks for
Well
hosting,
played.
Doc. We'll catch you then, mate.
Bye bye.
For survival.
Survival.
Who we
I'll
actually
check him on
into
that.
the world now? We're getting some decent. We're getting some people in.
Let me in.
Hey, Big, do you play survival with everybody?
No, mate, I don't.
You guys did
I-
awesome. I can't wait to go against you in the final round of 16 to kill you all.
I've got a
This
couple
window
of my own
cannot
Space
stop
Engineer
me.
survival series going with my little group of.
Are you stuck loading in, Alex? Oh. If you guys go backspace and respawn at the viewer spawn, then you'll get in a lot easier.
Look at this little studio.
This is very well set up. We've had the chance to beta test this.
He's doing free for all.
It's
You're
very
guys do
legitimate.
team captains.
This
I
was
have
built
located
by the
buttons.
biggest
How has this
grot,
been done?
who is the man behind the curtain.
Is this?
And,
Oh, these are
Mr. Calzone helped him,
pistons.
from what I understand.
They seem these like drawers are on pistons.
Oh yeah, yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah, wait for it. We'll get some people in, get some teams in, and then I'll be calling up the teams, I guess.
You could pull it up like screenshots on that screen in the background.
Drag up the. Oh, I need to accept more people.
I recorded me and Lynx's full fight, and half the footage got corrupted, and I am extraordinarily upset about it.
My disappointment
no.
is visible, and my day is ruined.
Well, is it Nenra working on the replay mod?
I think so.
Yeah, because that'll be really good, because that'll ensure that there's always some different angles recorded at every match.
I did manage to save the start bit though. When Starcore crashed for the first time, I said let's fucking go, and then the game instantly crashed.
Yep, let's go.
People gotta stop jinxing it.
Can I have access to change my suit in the med bay? I'm red and it's boring.
You should have access to change your suit in the med bay.
Access denied.
Oh. Join the correct faction.
I'm in guests. Ah, there we go. Thank you.
I need to get some music sorted. One sec.
Other door. Right.
Come here, Epidemic.
It's like a bunk bed, that. Ooh. I think the space skyscraper we've got.
Alright, Big Ol', who's first?
Very good question. So the first teams for tonight. Sorry, man, I got a million buttons to click on. Give me a sec. If I bring up the schedule, see if anybody was here from the first teams that fought.
I'm still loading up all this time. Game wide.
Oh Christ! I'm trying to debug something for Lynx because he's a good modder, but man, is he an idiot sometimes. You know his new laser gun. He had to nick some of the code from Auto's lasers because he couldn't get it working, and he accidentally copied the whole fucking description of it for the block. So it says made by Auto MCD when it links his laser gun.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, you guys.
He is now my ID.
Yeah. Yoink.
So it links your fucking numpty.
Thank you for the weapon. I'll be leaving
He also
now.
keeps complaining about the
Alright.
Atlas Super Laser that I've got in my mod being overpowered, and I refuse to do anything about it.
Alright, look, there's plenty of seating already. You don't need to be resin out cockpits.
You know what? I'll fetch out a cooler cockpit.
That was oddly intimidating and satisfying at the same time to hear.
There we go.
So weird on the stream. Holy cow.
We'll put that voice in a bottle and keep it forever.
Oh,
It's the genie of the lamp.
disconnected man. Oh,
This is not as Wiseman when he goes Darth Vader on us.
Someone just
Dragged up the show, the schedule. Oh no, hang on, that's the wrong one.
it's a bit dark in here.
Did you grab day 2, mate?
Yeah, I grabbed day 2. Yeah, like a fool. This is what I've been looking at all day. Disabled building. Yeah. Before someone blows up the stage. Yeah, you're probably right, Mr. Calzone.
I mean, Preston's not here today, so we're fairly safe.
Yeah, I was keeping an eye on that actually.
What is this dancing animation?
That's why we beta test.
Why must Preston have
Darth,
such a bad
do I want to
bad
question
name?
why you and Nate are at everyone?
No, don't question it. That's
Do you have
probably-
your spectator camera set up, Mr. Biggle?
Hello,
I
I'm here.
do
What's going on?
indeed.
Post-game interviews with Big Old Bear.
Oh,
Once
you're
you've
the
got your
announcer.
outfit set, go through this door and find a seat until you're called.
Just loading in.
We didn't play today. I'm
the
just here
stage
for the show.
manager. yeah. Qualifications include good with rifle or grinder. Cheers, Mr. Calzone. Right, are we full? We might be.
I do believe so.
Yeah, pretty
Who's
close.
the first team tonight?
All right, do we have anybody here? ALC or SGC?
Yes, we do. That'd be me.
Excellent. All right.
All right, you limey gits, if you are with ALC, please come backstage and take a seat. Thank you very much.
I gotta ask, why does it have a lisp?
It does.
Don't you worry about
Right,
that.
ready for lights, camera, action on your call, Grot.
It's like bloody jackbox.
Camera.
Woo.
The curtains rise.
Welcome everybody. Welcome. Starcore Afterparty. So yeah, for people that are in the first fight, want to come up and have a seat and let's have a chat.
I didn't know there's
Oh,
all
wow,
this
this place
mechanics
is
to the
cool.
stage. The
Just
rotation
needed
and
intro
the
music is all. That was amazing.
lights deploying was really cool.
This is like a talk show, like a late night talk show.
Yep.
I think that's what it is meant to be.
All right, welcome.
Been quite nice.
Do we have? Hey, I gotta read your name. Arix Aaron. Okay. So welcome. Yeah. So how did you feel things went tonight?
From my experience watching it, it went quite well, and my experience fighting, it was good, but I did have a little bit of lag when trying to aim, which kind of hindered my ability to actually fight, because aiming my Mac when I was stuttering left and right was not fun.
Yeah. Yeah, so was it lag problems or just...
It seemed like my ship always had a slight shimmy to it. Because I had a subgrid, but it felt like client prediction.
Mm-hmm.
Which was odd, to say the least.
So, this was the first match of the first night of the grand tournament. Were you nervous?
Very, especially when I saw the viewer count. It was like 567 at the time, and I was just kind of like, oh god.
Yep. Yeah. I know, Starcore's drawing a lot of views now, especially compared to what it was, like when it first started. It was just a small group, and then, picked up pace, and then Armco invaded.
Then the Armco Nation attacked.
Yeah, then the Armco Nation attacked, exactly. To the extent that Zock's talking about now, we're making Starcore its own little club separate from its own, and that's probably a good idea, the way things are with it.
Shall we show off our ships in like the background or something?
Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Hyperion.
Hello. Hello. Do you have permission to paste in, is the question.
I do not believe so.
Yes.
The way outside is over this way.
I'm Inspector, I can.
Yeah. You should now have permission to paste, I think.
I will paste in the... Oh. Does not appear so. It's because
would that be allow building that's stopping that?
Possibly.
Yeah, it might well be.
You should enable building, but have a tight regulation.
Yeah.
Somebody just looking at it that can ban them for you.
Damage is off, so yeah, there we go. We've got allow building on now, so hopefully you should be able to paste in your ships outside. And
Yep. Right, Hyperion Delta coming in. Now, this was part of a two-man team. Lynx was running a pretty much identical ship called Hyperion Alpha. I was running the Delta. The difference between the two is basically just the paint job, but mine has a slightly different armor configuration inside.
Yeah.
In that, there's more staggered blast door blocks, so mine's built for more ramming.
I have to be honest, I betted against you folks, and you kicked butt.
We had a slight advantage because the enemy team was a man down, and what observed is that they had two ships from the workshop. I believe it was the Normandy and the Sabretooth.
Ah, interesting. Do we know who built the workshop ships? I wonder if it was our good friend Talia.
I think my teammate Lynx pointed out who made it, but I cannot quite remember. Because outside is the two Hyperions. Basically identical.
Yeah, these were very effective ships.
Built around a Mac. Now, the only disadvantage for me was that the standard camera is the top one, which meant that I had to aim slightly dodgily.
Yeah.
That's a word. Whereas next round I'm probably going to switch to using the bottom camera, because that's more accurate to the Mac. And also the shimmy always seems to push me below target.
Yeah, when you fire the Mac, it's got a bit of a kick to it.
Yeah, the ship arcs down slightly. Like if I should I give a demonstration of said arc?
Yeah, go for it. Right. I might need to put shooting on.
Right, teleport out. As I navigate into this terrifying monster. Which is... Right, so main weapon is the Mac, which if I...
Yep, she's got a kick.
It's also got arguably the most useless guns at the moment because of their these things.
Oh my god.
But Yeah, the 250mm railguns in my experience didn't really do much, because when I was in effective range, one, the shimmy didn't allow me to land any hits, and two, I fired 2 shots and then I spent literally the rest of the round cooling down.
Yeah.
Which I know Pilfer believes it's intentional, says it's intentional, but at the same time, it's kind of just like.
Yeah, I think that it's the way that Pilfer has the railguns designed is don't shoot them until the enemy shields are down. They're very, very good against hull. Minimal effect against shields.
I waited for that and took out a Gladius with a volley, so I was fairly happy with that. But that was all I managed to do with it.
Yeah, lovely, lovely ships. Is anybody here from the opposing team? Or in voice chat? They all had to head out for the night.
I think so.
I would take that as all had to head out for the night. That's a shame.
I have a few clips of the fight if I post them in Space Engineers.
Yeah, absolutely. You got any clips? You post them in my stream chat as well.
Right, if I got into that. The ending one's a video, so I just put the ending one's on YouTube. So
yeah, no.
Grab that.
And so were you the builder, the pilot? Well, obviously you were the pilot, but
both me and Link built the ship together. I predominantly worked on the internaling, and he worked on the main hull and weapons.
Nice.
Originally, we had 2 300mm, but we swapped out the rear one for an X3 because 1, it looked cooler, and 2, we don't really know much about the weapons, but the X3 looked cooler, so by definition of DACA, it's better. Should have painted it red, make it go faster.
Make it go, yeah, paint it red, make it go faster. Absolutely.
Right, links in Space Engineers channel. Starcore.
Cool. All right. Any final thoughts?
It was pretty good, other than the shimmy, but that was probably on my side because my internet is not the best. That was a good fight, even if I didn't land a few hits.
Looking forward to your next fight because you won, so you get to go through.
Hopefully so. Given me and Lynx did that fight fairly confidently, I believe Lynx's shields broke, and all he lost was a gun turret at the back, and my shields didn't break once.
Yeah,
because I just stuck at range.
It was a very one-sided fight. There's no doubt about it. But as you said, the other team was a man down. So
I reckon if it was the full 4-man team, they probably would have had a better chance. But when it's 2 versus 3, when our ships were designed to take on 2 at once,
yeah,
especially the focus fire. So it was the Normandy on the enemy team got focus fired towards the end, and 2 max shots hitting you dead cockpit is just a death sentence.
Yes, it is. Yes, it absolutely is. When those shields are down, the max are deadly. Oh, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Let's get if you'd like to go and have a seat, I'll get the next team up. So, anybody here from TLB or OSG?
We have TLB Madacon.
Just one person from TLB then, is it? Madacon. No Matacon? Maybe.
I'm right here.
We have a Metacon.
Hey. Yeah, if you're in the game, you want to step up and take a seat, mate. And anybody from the teams in voice chat as well, feel free to chime in. So,
the Swack's off playing Sins of a Solar Empire. I don't think he's going to be on.
Nice.
So yeah, how'd your fight go? Did you have fun?
I'd say it's fun, but it was words. Sorry, words. it was fun, was also chaos. Some of it was because of technical difficulties. If you noticed that the Pac-Man grid had no shields, that was because something glitched out and ownership went to neutral.
Right, yeah, I can see how that might cause a
So
problem.
we had to fight with a shieldless grid supported by 2 shielded grids.
Yeah.
But I think against a team that would have had better tactics will have instantly won. Just because of that error.
I think that there was how can I put this, an experience difference between the two teams.
I think that's definitely true.
You guys are, without a shadow of a doubt, veterans of Starcore.
PvP in general.
Yeah, the other team less so. And you know, in a sense, they were unlucky to draw up against you guys. The Pac-Man, by the way, I bloody love it. Right?
Yeah,
it's like,
great.
You guys are known for the memes and also the min-maxing, but the Pac-Man was just, yes, it was min-maxed, of course it was, but there was good humor there as well, you know. So
yep.
Yeah, I love the Pac-Man.
Like, I'm surprised. Like, I'm legitimately surprised no one else has built a Pac-Man until we did.
Yeah, or like a mini Death Star, or I mean, spherical is perfect for shields, right? The spherical shape is basically perfect for the shields, and a pyramid is basically perfect for guns, or a flat surface that you can roll. And yeah, I'm surprised we haven't seen more spherical ships. Yeah.
I think it's just because it's harder to make spherical shapes.
Yeah, you might be right there, actually.
Like, trying to make a sphere out of blocks is not easy.
No. But no, the Pac-Man was beautifully greebled. I really liked it. Just on a pure aesthetic level, I liked the Pac-Man.
Like, I was surprised to see it for the first time when my team was building our grid skidder. And actually the other grids, we built them overnight, just before the submission deadline. So they were 24-hour builds.
Yeah. Yeah. I think a lot of teams experienced crunch. Hell knows, I know we did. We didn't know what ships we were bringing, which, by the way, folks, you'll see tomorrow, until the day, you know, like we were finishing up on the last day, basically. And yeah,
I actually stuck in one last surprise in my brawler grid. It's a bed and a kitchen.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
Emergency mid-fight snacks and sleep.
Perfect.
Love it. So yeah, do you guys reckon you're in with a chance to win? To like win-win? It's, you know, a veteran team. You've kicked a lot of butt, no doubt about it.
Yep.
This is a straight up yep from you. Yeah, you're gonna win. Gonna take the trophy. Fair enough. Fair enough. Confidence. Confidence. I
Easy
like
clap.
it. Any technical problems other than, you know, the server being a problem for everyone today, until things got resolved by changing the mod. But yeah, any technical problems with your ships that you're willing to talk about, other than the fact that the ships
not necessarily the ships, but one of my teammates, he was having terrible lag issues, and it turns out it's because his Steam was auto-downloading an entire game in the background.
Yeah.
He didn't know about that until very late in the match, and he had already reconnected.
Yes.
That unfortunately left the Pac-Man with no pilot, because the other occupant, he was having a little bit of a connection issue too, I think. And Like, literally all he did was camp and turn on the M8s and target one of the other grids. And we just took care of the rest.
So what was the Pac-Man armed with? I saw a bunch of M8s in there. Was it armed with anything else?
Double max.
Yeah, fair enough. That'll do it. Yeah, so I wondered what the Pac-Man was. Honestly, when I first saw the Pac-Man, I couldn't see any visible guns on it. I thought you guys had built a ramming ship, and you were basically going to run around nom-nomming the other ships like they were pills or ghosts.
That's an option. That is an option,
So I looked at those shield
I don't think
numbers
that's
and
part of
thought-
our plan.
I looked at those shield numbers and thought, have you spent literally all of your points on thrusters and power, and what you've got here is a ram ship? I've got to admit, I was a tad disappointed to find out it had actually got weapons.
I mean, it had weapons, it's just we were having trouble using them. But that's because of issues outside of the server.
Yep.
Yeah, there in the about halfway through the fight, I disconnected.
Yeah.
And I joined in I got back in probably at the end of the fight, and I was listening in Discord to the co-pilot, and he was just sitting in middle, and he was like, "All right, well, I'll be back here in a little bit." He went AFK and just left the missiles on, and then it was over.
Wonderful. Any further points you guys would like to make? I will say I will wish you luck, but not too much luck in the upcoming battles. Maybe we'll get to see you on the battlefield if we make it through our first match.
Beat Khan for us.
Yep.
If you haven't already, if you've submitted your ships on the Steam Workshop and you sent it into the bot, make sure you go and turn it to hidden, because I forgot to do that, and people went and downloaded the Pac-Man trying to steal its secrets.
That point.
Here's the thing, though. It doesn't really have secrets.
It's not. There's really not. But
yeah, really, no actual secrets going on. Yeah, honestly, I think the same. Be
There's
true
no
for
black
our ships. Yeah, same be true for our ships. I don't think there's any point setting it to hidden. Like, if you want to see what it's got, then okay. There's no great hidden miracles there. Yep, that is a very fair point for anybody that's using any kind of trickery or chicanery. Go hide your blueprints.
Yep. Most of the trickery got broken.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I'm sure, given the inventiveness of the Starcore crowd, that people will find a way. You can bet on that. You know, whatever it may be, they will find a way. Yeah,
for a long time. But I think they've got a fairly good handle on where everything's at mod-wise now. Using the same mods over and over again eventually weasels out a lot of the little bugs.
Yeah. Also, Mr. Calzone has a very, very good point in chat that the idea of hiding your ship on Blueprint on Steam kind of moot. I live stream building them, so yeah. For anybody that's a streamer, if you live stream building your ships, you know. Maybe not taking it quite so seriously as the very competitive teams. All right. Yeah, I wish you guys luck in the future, but as I said, not too much luck. And I'll try and beat Con for you. I'll do my best. It ain't gonna happen, but I'll do my best.
Yeah, I think.
I believe in you.
I think we played them before you, so.
Yeah.
Khan now faces TLB in the next round.
Oh God, good luck then. Yeah. Connor,
Clash.
Heartbreakers and Life Takers, there's no doubt about it.
Like, the least we hope is no technical issues.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And
Yeah, I think with
hopefully
the
the
issues,
server,
I think we found it.
yeah, hopefully the server not crashing this time.
Yeah. I'm afraid when you've got a situation where the game is still updating, you know, still receiving live updates, and mods are also doing live updates, that these things happen. And if there's a way around it, I don't know. Because you might be able to say, okay, well, we'll organise a tournament with these specific versions of the mods. And that's what we'll use, so we know that they're good. But you can never say, well, Keen released a hotfix today that fixed one thing and broke something else. Or broke something in one mod. Didn't break anything in the base game, so they've not done anything wrong, but might have broken something in a mod. And there's no way around that, unfortunately. Not that I can see, anyway. All right. Do we have anybody here from Fifth Humanity or TGS?
Yeah, we got Fifth Humanity here.
Thank you very much.
We got
gentlemen.
TGS here.
Yeah, coming up. Grab a seat. Stand behind the scenes.
I
if there's too many
would,
of
but
you.
for some reason I can't spawn in.
We're probably full, to be honest.
Yeah.
It's all good.
That's right.
We can. So we've got you
You're in my
via.
spot.
We've got
I'm
you
here
via
instead.
remote contact. Due to COVID lockdowns all over space.
And phoning in.
And phoning in. All right. So Fifth Humanity. Yeah, my friends at Fifth Humanity. How did you enjoy your fight today?
Yeah, third time's the charm,
Fine.
you know. After killing the server a few times.
Yep.
But aside from that, the match was great. We knew how it was going to go from start to finish. The second we saw the enemy ships, we had a plan, several plans in mind. We tried one, and then we just changed up from one to another as the server reset. Keep them guessing.
Yep. You're
I was pretty
happy with the
confident with our
performance of your ships, and
Yeah.
yeah.
When 8550 battle point sits in front of that many guns for as long as it did, I was very, very happy with the way that it performed.
I personally have to say, mostly due to lack of piloting skill on my behalf, I feel I could have performed a little better. On top of that, I'm not actually very fond of play-made weapons, PMWs. The sole purpose I'm using them is to stretch the point across of how really they're not. They shouldn't. I really feel personally, I feel they should not be involved in a weapon core tournament. I know many people believe that they are in here because there's really no problem with them or anything. I feel using them now, I can stretch that point across, especially because we had a discussion with the previous team we fought, and how it was so easy just to use one little block, 3 blocks, 1 block thick, to just decimate an entire mass of a ship in less than a second. So we did have 12, yes, but for 1 block of a PMW, it can core an entire ship if not touched. So we used a large amount, obviously, because of the large spread of weaponry, and for overall effectiveness, we wanted to make sure that we hit our target and there was no room for error.
So the interesting counterpoint,
with one ship down, it really
counterpoint
puts
to
us an
that.
advantage.
Interesting counterpoint I've got to that one is that there are weapons in Weapon Core that are very, very good at defending against player-made weapons, and people aren't taking them.
Yes, yes, I'm aware. I find personally that 100s are probably one of the most effective ways. You just put them on repel mode and then they destroy PMWs.
Yep.
I like this idea, but I don't think it's effective enough because problem is that player-made weapons have just such little amount of battle points that go into them. Like if they cost a little more to put it together in total or something, I don't know if they did something like that. I just feel it's too cheap for something that does more damage than the most powerful weapons we have already invented.
Yeah, I mean, I know where you're coming from, I do, but
yeah, that's just my personal opinion.
The issue we have with the whole concept is there's a lot of arguments over exploits, and the PMWs in their current format rely on an exploit in order to function, which is why they are used. You can whack a couple of heavy blocks and a thruster and make a regular PMW and it will perform exactly the way that it should. Using non-deformable blocks creates all sorts of keen physics madness, which just boosts their combat capability far beyond their point cost.
Yeah.
It's the reason why even we as a team that have avidly fought against their use are using them, because in a competitive setting, there's no reason not to.
Yeah, I gotta say, like, player-made weapons, the title alone, yes, player-made weapons should be allowed because it involves creativity and imagination. Lets people come up with things. I just feel that for what has been made at the moment, for the amount of destruction it offers, I feel that it needs, I don't know, some form of limit, like maybe a rule setting put in for an amount you're allowed to have per ship or something. I don't know, something just so that way people can't really abuse it so much.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We can get off the debate really quick. The main thing is we've tested a particular form of PMW where if we just put all of our battle points into it, there is no team, no defense. There's nothing that can stop them. And we are not using them in that format because we want to participate in a competitive tournament. And yeah, so that's why we just stuck with our standard designs, but we included them to use them in their most effective format.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, you know,
Like,
I don't agree
we're
with
not
you
on the
guys
full
on this.
bandwagon.
I respect your opinion. I just don't
Yeah,
agree
that's
with
fine.
it.
That's fine completely.
I think Space Engineers is about engineering, although I do agree about the point about exploits, in that some of the stuff that's used for PMWs is exploitative by its very nature.
And there's nothing that anyone can do about it.
There is nothing anyone can do about it, no, because actually the non-deformable block stuff, frankly, is on Keen's end in terms of collision mechanics. And the other well-known exploit that's used in basically all PMWs is the object reference exploit.
Yeah.
And not using that just adds server lag. So
that's correct.
Like, we cannot use the exploit, or we can make things worse for the server. Your call.
Yeah, very valid point. But other than that, like, honestly, the whole point of the tournament, and we had so much fun, really. Even with the amount of times we had, server issues and all that, it was just so much fun to have all that teamwork, all that communication going on, and then to see it go into fruition and success. The fact that we were working together and not so much about really, just trying to destroy our opponent, but that we were actually making plans, we were doing things together, cooperating, and then having fun doing it, and then seeing that, oh yeah, this works if we do this together. It's not just, throw haphazard things together, run in, try and destroy as much as you can, like a first-person shooter type of thing. There was a lot of effort put into it, and it was very satisfying seeing it work.
So, gonna go all the way? What do you think?
Yes, I very strongly think. Yeah, I think we could probably put on a good show. Maybe make it first place. I don't know.
You fancy your chances
We're gonna get past
against
the big old
Con?
bears first.
Fancy your chances against Platinum Spiders?
So
yes and yes.
I feel Platinum Spiders would be the more fun one for me.
All right. Okay. Well, we've got some confidence here from Fifth Humanity. It's good to hear it. And
you can't win without it.
Maybe I'll be on the battlefield. And interestingly enough, our team. No, we're not bringing any PMWs. In fact, we're not even using scripts. And considering I'm a scripter, I know that's weird. But
now you make me feel bad. Trying to make me feel guilty.
No, we're not using it. We're not using it because we just want to keep it simple. That's no more.
That's right. Simplicity is the best form of elegance.
Sure, you're not just flexing.
If I wanted to try hard, I would. No, we're Team Greeble Monkey. We want to make pretty corpses. Right. Any final?
One question I have for you, Big Ol, did it end up being Orcs or Battlestar?
It ended up being Battlestar. We got
nice.
we'll be bringing 3 Battlestars and 1 Gunstar.
Yeah, good stuff, man. Even if we don't run into each other in this grand tournament, I'm sure once Math has done some work with the bot and has a bit of an ELO system set up, I'd sure love to go up against your team one day.
Yeah, absolutely, mate. Also,
Yeah, I honestly hope we do
did
this.
some drones. We got some very, very shoddy looking large grid Viper and Raptor drones. But in testing, we were like, yeah, they don't kind of work.
Points for style, mate. Points for style.
Yeah.
That's what it's all about.
Indeed it is. Right, just sort of music out. Right.
Chat. So shall we move on? Shall we let our opponents take the seat and have a bit of a chat with you, mate?
Yeah, absolutely. Is there anybody?
Wow.
Is there anybody here from the other team?
That would be me,
TGS?
a gentleman who's been interrupting every now and then.
Ah, fair enough. And you're just here in voice chat, are you, mate?
I'm just near voice chat because the room's full.
Yeah, that is.
I got in a bit late.
Yeah, it's not a server. It's only my PC, so I can put 16 people.
Yeah,
He's
that's
spawned
right.
in at the back here, but I don't think he's able to get in.
Oh no, I'm just endlessly streaming.
Yeah.
But fair enough. Okay, so coming to us live from foreign parts.
Merry old England.
Not that foreign then. So yeah, obviously you've been knocked out, but did you have fun?
Oh, we had great fun. Me and my my teammates. To be fair, this is our fourth entry. And this is probably the only time we were organised. We actually had some coherency.
Mm-hmm.
I won't lie, like maybe about 2 matches ago, we were one of the screams. We were just screaming across the map trying to fight the other team. But this one, we more took our time. We took on what they were doing. We formulated the idea. I will say, Fifth Humanity, they were always seemed to be in a good formation. They were always in like a diagonal line. We tried to make use of that, of course, but yeah. Sorry, I'm rambling.
Yep. No, that's fine. That's fine. Ramble away. It's all good. Yeah, Grot says if you stuck when trying to spawn in, try hitting Shift Escape.
Shift Escape. Blah blah blah. Yeah. Oh, hello there.
Oh, it worked.
Bizarre. Come have a seat.
Aha. Sure. I'll take this one.
Yeah, we have to. These are social distancing couches. It's one person per couch. Blame Keen.
That's quite right.
Should have put Frosty's mod on for the comfy couches. You can squeeze in on them. So yeah, you're gonna have another crack next year, and more importantly, you're gonna have a crack. You and your teammates gonna have a crack in other stuff that's coming up because even though at the grand tournament, there will be more stuff upcoming. I've got things planned. Zoc's got things planned. Other people to do with Starcore have got things planned. So yeah.
Yeah. Well, considering I formed TGS just for the idea of no matter your skill level, no matter how nervous or inexperienced you are, have a try with us and see how it goes.
Mm-hmm.
Sort of as a stepping stone, so people feel more confident to join other teams.
Well, you don't get
having more availability.
You don't get to become a veteran in kind of PvP combat without jumping in the hard way. So yeah.
Yeah. Well, I figured it's giving them a. Well, I'm not going to yell at people just because they didn't make a proper ship or anything. I'm not going to yell at people because they were suddenly unavailable and life got in the way. That's sort of the atmosphere I was trying to go for.
Yeah, you bring up a very good point there about life getting in the way. Something that we decided to do, and I'm actually kind of surprised more teams haven't, was you've got your team, but we've also got like about 5 subs because most of us are adults with real lives, jobs, kids, families. Things happen.
Yeah.
And,
Supposed to say though, with that sort of idea in mind, we're probably not going to be winning too many tournaments. I mean, I think we're the very definition of casual.
Well, that's fine as well.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the professional teams need people to chew through on the way.
Case in point, our match. I'm just happy that our team was able to take out one of them.
Yes, indeed. You bloodied their nose at the very least. But yeah, it's very true. Any issues, technical issues or problems experienced during the tournament? Or strong opinions about balance or anything like that you want to discuss?
No, I mean, aside from the obvious issues, whenever the PMDs were originally launched, it immediately crashed the server. Which is a real shame, because it ruined our first round, where I think we were able to catch the Fifth Humanity with their pants down a bit. That seemed to be their weakest round. But beyond that, I think one of our members had a tremendous lag issue, despite the fact that they lived in America and were connected to the Canadian server. No idea what that was about.
No, I mean, yeah, multiplayer gaming, no matter where you live, no matter what you do, at some point, lag's going to come and bite you.
Yeah. And of course, because we restarted 3 times, one of our teammates who shipped they hadn't properly configured before they put it on to Steam. Actually, I put it onto Steam for them because Steam wouldn't allow it for some reason. They had to reset that 3 times, and that ended up taking like 40 seconds each time the server was booted up. Which I think got sort of eroded their nerves a bit because they felt like everyone was waiting for them.
Yeah, the whole situation was certainly winding Zoc up. I mean, it wasn't your guys' fault. It was, the fact that the server kept falling over. But it's very difficult under those circumstances to fill that void, that dead air, when you're there. People are there expecting, pretty much constant pew pew boom boom, and what they're getting is some guy talking at the screen going, "Real sorry, please wait." Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not easy under those circumstances.
Yep. But still, we've got a very intense match at 62 meters per second. Because I believe the real time and relative speed mod even got it's either removed or pushed back edition, which ended up putting all of our max speed to 64.
Right. Okay.
Including the player-made weapons, of course, but.
Yeah.
When your ship was, has a giant thruster pointing downwards and is meant to spin around to dodge coil shots.
Now, let me ask you your opinion. Is it the people that was on the receiving end of said player-made weapons? What's your opinion on them?
Neither here or there, really. They exist. They probably need to be looked at a bit more to find out where they fit. It feels like they're an unknown, well, not really unknown, but so much as... No, actually, I'd say unknown was the proper term for that. They don't know where they fit.
Yeah.
Because on the one hand, they are absolutely devastating. On the other hand, they're one use.
Yeah.
It's an all-or-nothing weapon.
And they can miss quite a lot.
They can miss.
Yeah.
It's actually quite funny, because on the first round, when the server crashed, that was exactly when the player-made weapon hit my shield, so my crash screen was literally an embedded player-made weapon in my shield.
Awesome. I hope you got a screenshot of that.
Sadly, I immediately went to chat to complain.
Fair enough. Why server crash? Yeah.
Something like that. I was really into that first round.
Yep.
It's like dodged coil shots at the start. It was never going to happen again because, well, as we know, Fish Humanity veteran team, they were on their on the ball, so to speak.
Yeah.
As soon as they saw me dodge those shots, they just immediately targeted our bigger tank. They didn't fall for the deception.
Yeah, as I said, veteran team.
Patient switch.
Any final thoughts from you, mate?
Nah, nothing too specific. Just looking forward to what the future holds for the more casual content.
Yeah, no, fair dues. All right. Can I ask if there's anybody here from FCN? I'm afraid I can't remember what that tag stands for, or Herd of Cats. Any crazy kitties in the house?
Here from
yeah, Velcro's here.
Alright, how's it going?
This is a shout out, Velcro. There you go.
How you doing, mate? So yeah, drones.
Yeah, they worked.
Oh, they worked. Very nicely done,
I'm just
mate.
glad that they didn't fail on me. Yeah, it would have been embarrassing. So, all right. I don't know if anyone from FCN is here, because I'd kind of actually like to talk to them about what their plan was, because from my interpretation of what they were trying to do is they were trying to fight us away from the drones. Is there anybody here from FCN?
I was also thinking the same, and also thought the same because they rammed me. So that was the idea.
Yep. So that was a good idea. I hadn't thought of that. I'm used to people when they face drones, they like to kind of hang back.
Oh yeah.
And try and avoid getting into the middle of them. So we were. I was actually up on top of the asteroid trying to see what they were doing, and I just see all of them coming right across the field at me.
I'm reasonably sure that they were going for a tactic of kill the big ships and that way get a technical win.
Yeah, that would have been the smart thing to do because, like, they have to call it once the big ships are down. I don't know if that rule is officially established yet, but it should be because otherwise those matches they would almost always go to 20 minutes. So they probably should call it after the big ships are down. But I still want to know what they were doing.
It would be a technical win, wouldn't it? Because you wouldn't have any legitimate cockpits left.
It's based on the number of ships that, if tracked, were white. If you track a drone that doesn't have a cockpit, it'll show up red. So you could have up to like 4 drones with cockpits in them, but over that, they'd all have to be technically dead at the start.
Yeah.
We could actually have 8 cockpits because we only have 4 on each of our main ships. But we actually did that in the battles that you hosted.
Yeah.
We didn't do it this round because we assumed that it wouldn't count anyways. Because otherwise,
I would assume it wouldn't count if the cockpit's not on the ship you start on.
Yeah. So they
not
came
in a player
right
man
after
ship.
us.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we just like immediately ran for the center. Try and get the drones into the match, and after that, it was.
I could totally see somebody, including a cockpit or cockpit, including a cockpit on a couple of the drones, and them not knowing which one has the cockpit on it. I could totally see that as a valid tactic. Yeah, it would be frustrating, but it would be legit. So I could totally see that as a valid tactic, but I was very pleased to see drones work. The missile drones I kind of expected to work because the M8s, the M1s have got a decent targeting range on them, track automatically, etc. The one that surprised me,
those were actually. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
So the one that surprised me working well was the 300mm drones.
Oh god, the 300mm drones. That would be Mr. Sink here's baby. I begrudgingly accepted them on the basis that they were effective, but they're just big flying guns. So we knew we had to bring them, and I was glad to see them work as well. They are. It took a lot of tuning to get those working because if the drones turn faster than the turrets turn, then they can't track. But we managed to get it working, and once they were working, they were just monsters.
Yeah.
And of course, having those 300s means that in a pinch we can use them as kinetic damage. But we decided to go with the guided shells because we expected fast movers from FCN just based on what we saw from their thumbnails. All the forward-facing firepower. We expected them to rush us. We just didn't expect to, get rushed and then rammed. That was a surprise.
I'll bet.
So thought that they could stop a bit faster than they could.
What it's worth, Elko, there's a shoddy Raptor and a shoddy Viper on my workshop. They're using your scripts. Help yourself, mate.
Oh, sure. I'll take a look. I'd love to see what other people did. I'm actually looking really forward to seeing the Hype and Invalid. I don't know what Invalid's team is. I know is he still with Clang Samta or are they separate now?
There's 2 separate ones. Invalid is on his own.
Gotcha. Yeah, because for what it's worth, this match less than 50% of our battle points were actually spent on drones. It looked like a lot, but that was only I think 15,000 battle points on drones. Invalid's running as far as I know, just all drones. So
God.
I'm looking forward to see what the difference
so
is.
am I. Yeah.
Oh man, and I know Hype is well, as far as I know, Muzzled is running drones. So can't wait because he was the first person to make them work successfully. So I want to see that.
Absolutely.
Yep.
So one thing we haven't seen in Starcore, it kind of makes me wonder: drones with PMWs.
Oh,
do we
Lord.
even think that might be possible?
Muzzled has some of those. He's tested them.
How did he get them to launch? Oh, he must have used Shart. That explains it. Shart is the script that allows you to remotely. Oh no, you wouldn't use Shart for that. I don't know. How did he get that working within the Starcore rules?
I have no idea.
A sensor, maybe.
They're Muzzy trade secrets.
Muzzled, if you're listening, you got to tell me.
He's using autofire.
Oh, yeah.
There you go.
Do you want me to go ask him for you?
He's literally responding
Nah,
in
I'm
chat.
sure I'll see him.
He's responding in chat, guys. He's using autofire. Get custom data nerd, is what he says.
All right.
We're all
So,
nerds here.
also,
Muzzled.
once again, asking for feedback. Feel free to PM me. Anyone that's made an attempt to use drones.
Yes,
actually have a
it
question
was very
for you,
appreciated. Velcro dived in to help me out with when I was trying to get this drone script working and couldn't work out what the hell I was doing with it because there wasn't a command. And yes,
Yeah.
so thank you for that, mate.
I accidentally forgot to include the whole begin thing on the description in the workshop. That was my bad. Sorry. But yeah, Squishy, you had a question?
Yes, actually. I'm not sure really if you're the right person to ask, but because you're the pilot, I think it'd be the only valid person at the moment. When it comes to actually performing and, like, say your ship is eliminated, do you still continue in the tournament? Like, say if your drones win the fight, or if they allow that at that point. Like, if your cockpit's gone,
No.
do they still consider the drone a valid
No.
enemy?
No.
No, I wouldn't.
No.
Yeah,
Right.
that would make it kind of a pain to end the match. But yeah, it's also they'll keep attacking you, but there's nothing to really centralize you anymore once we're out. That's kind of another thing we were thinking about, like which side of the asteroid do we fight on? Which side? Because like you have to eventually come to us unless you have Mac. But that's kind of like what we were thinking about. There's more to drones than just an I win button.
Oh, definitely.
In fact, they've lost most of the matches they've been in. So.
I for one found a very hard counter to drones, which is the humble
Oh.
Grimlock.
Yeah, Grimlocks are pretty nasty.
Yep.
Yeah, we tried.
They will track them. They will hit them
on drones,
and they will go through those shields.
Grimlocks. I think Muzzled already did Grimlocks on drones. So.
Yeah, the white Grims.
Yes, correct.
Oh yeah, the
It
white
was
grim
nasty.
spam. That was interesting. Winning, it won. So can't criticize a winning tactic, right? I didn't like.
No, sir.
I think the yellows or the reds might have won faster, but it won.
All right. Any other questions?
Nothing from me. Any further points you'd like to raise, mate?
Nah, I think I'm good. Just can't wait for the next battle. I think we're up against definitely Space Pirates next, so I haven't seen them yet. I have to go check them out.
Space Pirates. I didn't know there was a faction. Well, I mean, somebody's actually playing the Space Pirates from.
They're definitely not.
Space Pirates.
I assume that's in air quotes, so at least that's how I read it.
Oh no! Please tell me that they're actually bringing like the models, keen models for Space Pirates. Like that'd be awesome.
Oh, I don't know. I haven't
they'll
seen
lose
them.
horribly, but that would be awesome.
Or just like do a Reaver setup.
Yeah, 4 private sales. one Gatling gun each.
Oh man. All right.
Thank you very much.
Appreciate it, Bear.
Absolutely,
See
mate.
you around.
There was no one here from FCN, was there? I'll take that as a no.
Yeah, I don't think they are here. Nope.
Nope. Gore and God up next. So a gorilla and a don't leave Sayori hanging. Any of those?
Hello,
about?
don't leave Sayori hanging this year.
Hey. Are you in the game? If you are,
I
step
am
up.
not.
No, okay, fair enough. So,
Before we begin, how's my mic volume?
your mic's fine. Everybody's mic has been absolutely fine, which is wonderful. And Discord's behaving too. That's the real surprise. So yeah, you cost me 20,000 clangers, Sayori.
I mean, I'll be honest, I wasn't expecting to win that either.
Yeah, you brutalized that shit. And I did that took me by surprise. It took Sock by surprise. It took the entirety of chat by surprise. You know, you made some people very, very clanger rich tonight. There was not many folks thinking that you were going to win that, and you absolutely marmalized them.
Well, there were a variety of factors that were basically everything that could have been in my favor pretty much was in my favor. So the biggest one was he had his only weapons apart from the M1s were kinetic. So it was really easy to just manipulate full kinetic, and then also full shunt. So only my front side is actually a shield, and then all of a sudden I have basic like 300% shields.
Yep.
And it's very, very good.
Yeah.
The next thing is his Mac cannons. He only had one of them on full power, and the other three were on low power. That was helpful, although my setup I had can fully regenerate all shields from a full Mac hit with all of them on high power, so it wasn't that big of a deal. But yeah, that was something that happened.
I was honestly, the way I was expecting that fight to go was that the missiles, like you would modulate full kinetic because full max, so you basically have to. Right, the missiles would be the things that would take your shields down because I didn't see a huge amount of point defense on your ship, and then it would be boom full max, no internals. Honestly, that was exactly how I thought that fight was going to go, and it just didn't. And
that exact scenario was my biggest fear with the way that his ship was set up. My biggest fear was I'd be modulating kinetic, and then the Grimlocks would come in. The M1s would come in. So my original plan at the start of it was to go to the center and hide behind one of the asteroids until the zone started closing, because I knew that my setup had a much bigger advantage in close range. Because not only would his M1s be forced to accelerate slowly, which would give them like 3 times as much time for my PDCs to shoot them down, but also having 20 Mark III cannons, it's incredible firepower. The only thing is they only fire from 4 kilometers and in, so I have to get close to actually use them.
Yeah. Yeah, as I said, that fight took me completely by surprise. So how do you think your one big battleship's gonna fare in the long run? Because you know you're going to be going through, you're going to be fighting more veteran teams, players that really know what they're doing, and you know, and you're going to be outnumbered, and you're going to be getting hit from multiple angles.
Yeah, that is the thing. Like against 1v1 is where my ship shines. It's exactly what it's designed to do, 1v1s. So the plan going forward when I fight multiple teams, multiple ship teams, is to focus on one and get it out of the game as soon as possible. I'm always gonna be trying to focus the biggest threat, although that's not always gonna be possible because especially with the faster ships that we saw earlier today, it's gonna be very, very difficult to kill any of them if they don't set themselves up in front of my guns. So it's really going to be a game of, am I able to kill the one that I want to kill before they can get away? Because at the end of the day, all they need to do is like position themselves around me in like a triangle or a square or whatever, and there's nothing I can do. My guns can only fire in one direction.
Yeah. And it's not always obvious to identify which is the biggest threat either.
Yeah, it's very, very difficult because at one moment you could be having full shields and nothing's going wrong, so that then you're happy, and then all of a sudden you get some guy sneaking up behind you with just so happens to have a weapon that's not that is the exact opposite type to you, which you modulated, and then all of a sudden you're dead. And so you might think you want to go for him, but then when you turn around, it turns out the max sniper's getting ready and he hits you in the side that isn't shunted, and then you're dead there as well. It's very difficult. So I think my I'm gonna have to use the asteroids a lot. I'm gonna have to be dodging around the asteroids and forcing them to come.
Maybe even doing something as crazy as parking your butt against one of the asteroids.
Yeah, that is a plan. The asteroids are gonna be my biggest ally in this whole thing because, again, especially the ones that are closer to your spawn, they have to come to you and they have to get very close. So hopefully my Mark 3s will be in range when that happens. But as the zone closes in, I'm going to have to get closer. But in close range, I think I will have an advantage because, I have a huge, overwhelming amount of firepower. The issue is going to be getting into close range and surviving that long.
So there was some talk about you using manually aimed coils as essentially as mags.
Oh, yes.
Tell us
Yes,
about that.
I was doing that. So, the fun thing about the coils is their AI can only shoot them up to 6 kilometers away, which isn't very long. But when they're player controlled, they can shoot up to 10 kilometers away, which is the same range as the M1s, which is quite a long way away.
That is indeed.
Yeah, yeah. And so, what my idea was to, as I was getting closer, I'd be able to weaken shields with the coils, and then when I get close enough to use my other weapons, it should be very useful against them. And the other thing is that if they don't, because coils, as we all know, deal kinetic damage, and Mark 3s, I had them on HE settings. So if they aren't quite in the zone, or if they forget, then they might have their shields fully modulated to kinetic to deal with the coils. Then all of a sudden, the Mark 3s come in and blow their shields to heck.
Yeah. It's important for all of us to remember that at the very least as a team, if not on each ship, have both energy weapons and kinetic weapons. Just going for one is just going to get you killed. Your opponents can modulate. Yeah, it is. I thought the missiles would be enough to counter that factor, but seems I was very wrong about that, and it wasn't just me, it was Zoc and most of chat. Like I said, you made some people very rich.
Sorry. I will be honest, I'm probably gonna die next round, but I mean, if I can survive, that would be a pretty epic story.
I might have a cheeky side bit on you next time, because I suspect people will have the same thing. Yeah. Any final points you'd like to bring up, mate?
I can't really think of anything.
Fair enough. In which case, Grok, can we swing the stage back around? And very much, mate. We'll see. For the last match was UFG versus TOP. Do we have anybody here from those teams? UFG and TOP.
I don't think that there's either of them here. They're both new participants.
Yeah.
I haven't seen any of them active in the Discord.
That's a shame. I always like talking to newer players. Right, folks. Well, I'll wrap up the interviews here, but don't go anywhere. We can organise some fun. How about load up the big old battles world? I paste in some pleats, and you guys come fly them and see what you think.
Sounds like an A-OK plan to me. Blowing stuff up, that's what we're here for.
Yep. Thought you might be up for that. Right, I'll bring this world down. I'll load up the big old battles world. Make sure to send me a friend request on Steam if you want to join that one. This one was public, obviously, this is for convenience. That one will be friends only. And thank you very much for attending the interviews, folks. Pleasure talking to all of you, as always.